All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to Wednesday's call. Tonight, you're going to get a good overview of the Biophotonic Charger app, all the benefits that it brings. So, what we're introducing you to tonight, for those who aren't aware, we've got the most powerful wellness smartphone app available. And for the things that it does, it is absolutely amazing for how it can enhance your internal functionality, which is part of the focus at the end of this to show you and tell you what the potential possibilities are. So this is what our app looks like on your cell phone. And the hardest part about what you have to do is to click the start button and hold it over your target liquid in order for the revolutionary technology to activate and turn your liquid into structured, energized fluid that is better for your body and for your health. Of course, the number one fluid that we want to deal with is water because water is life. So throughout this, you're going to learn, as I said, about the fact that it works on water. Well, it also works on other things such as coffee, wine, juice, and literally anything that is a liquid. It can enhance its overall ability to interact better with the environment. And I'll use that term now. It's about the environment, because inside your body, you're dealing with the environment of what's going on inside there. Outside your body, you're dealing with the environment of everything that's happening there that can also affect you. So you also see we've got items coming soon, such as a frequency caller in order to help structure larger amounts of water, and the frequency disk in order to enhance your ability to structure more things and provide more overall protection for yourself, your family, etc. So when it comes to the biophotonic charger, as we said, it is transforming your water and transforming your life. When you do this, in essence, you can create energy fields around yourself, around your home. You can protect yourself from the dangers of the negative energy that's all around us. The Wi-Fi, the cell phone, literally everything that plugs into electricity gives out negative energies that can interfere and disrupt the natural elements and things that are around us, which includes our bodies, the water inside our bodies, the frequencies that we have internally. And additionally to that, one of the biggest things that it affects is the water that we are putting into our homes and consuming. So, with that said, we can even do things like create a safer living space in our home, sleeping area, by creating an energy vortex around our bed. We can create an energy vortex in the areas where we're sitting, and these things can literally keep our bodies more protected from the negative energy that's around us. But additionally, we can spray ourselves, we consume the water, we wear technology that is protecting us, and the results will be astounding. You'd be able to see it in the kinesiology testing that we can do in order to show the effects of the body. And not only that, when you're doing these kinesiology tests and you want to realize what's bad and what's good, take your cell phone and do a kinesiology test with the cell phone on your body, which means that you're pushing down on your arm, or you're standing on a leg and pushing down, or you're spreading fingers apart. Kinesiology test means that you're testing the resistance one way and then testing it when you alter the environment and test it again. So test yourself with the cell phone on your body, and you will see you'll have a totally different result than when you take the cell phone and you put it 3 feet away. Now, that's if your body is not already being infused with the biophotonic water and it's not already doing the wonders that it does to neutralize the EMF in your body. But if you're a new person and you want to show them how dangerous this stuff is and how it affects them, just do that test to start with. And then when you spray them with the water or you set them in the vortex and they still have their phone on and you see the difference in their strength and their balance, believe me, it is very, very convincing as far as the fact that they know the reality and that you're not lying, you're not making things up. It's just the way it is. And science is at your doorstep with a cure, to the situation. So again, it's all about the quality of the water that we're drinking, because I was using the terminology about, listen, I tell people all the time, I don't want to put anything into my body that I don't feel has been cleaned, or at least, especially when it comes to water. I won't go to a restaurant and drink the water they bring to my table because I don't know where it came from. I don't know if they have a system that's taking out the toxins or anything of the sort. So when you have that kind of commitment to taking care of yourself, then you want to know about what the dangers are. So the dangers of your Wi-Fi, your cell phone, the microwave, even your television set, everything that's plugged in. I even tell people about their smartwatches and their Fitbits, that they're using to try to manage their weight and their health and everything else, how many steps they take. It is putting a negative frequency from the energy from that device into your body, and it is affecting you in one way or the other. It might not be as dangerous as some of the other things that are going wrong, but the point is, everything accumulates and ends up mattering in the long run. So, trying to stay hydrated is very important. And if you're not putting in the good quality water, then that means that your body is not open to receiving, and it's not going to work to hydrate and detox as efficiently as you would like it to, and you need it to. So again, your children, yourself, we're all being bombarded by this negative energy, and we just can't shut them all off on account of the fact that they've become a big part of our life. Our grandparents never had to worry about any of these things, and my parents barely had to worry about any of these things. But for us, we're surrounded by it every single day. You can't get away from it. And henceforth, you need something to counter all this thing. We, as a race, as of human beings, were meant to be living in nature, in the woods, walking barefoot on the ground and feeling, hugging trees and feeling God and nature all working together within us. We live in a toxic concrete jungle now, and everything that we should have has been stripped away. We cannot even walk out onto a grass field and not know whether that field is got electrical pollution surging through it because they've grounded a solar panel, a cell phone tower, or a windmill that is sending that energy directly into the ground and taking away your ability to actually ground yourself and get back to nature. So the time for this has never been more evident when it comes to the need of every living thing to be turned around. So we had a conversation today, some clients, and one of the things that we were discussing is over the last couple of years is watching how the fruits and vegetables that we're planting are turning out for absolutely nothing. I planted tomatoes last summer, and I can tell you by the end of the summer, I planted them earlier than I ever do. And by the end of the summer, I was lucky to have some little nuggets showing there. The tree was literally bare. I've never seen anything quite like it. And other people are telling me this, and they're not just telling me this in my area. This is now seems like it's a global thing that's going on, or in a lot of the Western world for sure, that we're finding that something's changed. Let's just put it that way. Something has changed, and we don't have any control over what's going on, but we're definitely witnessing what is going on. So again, we have the ability to fix this. And it all starts with the ability to change our water, change our environment. And something else has happened. And as I go along, I'm just going to share some of the stories that I've been getting. So we had somebody who had a respiratory issue, having not being able to clear up. It's been going on for quite a while. So the person decided that they would try the biophotonic water in a humidifier. Well, lo and behold, this person is actually a nurse and had tried all the other things that she could have thought of previously. And then when she tried this and got immediate results, it automatically turned another light on in my head to wonder what happens if you do now have this biophotonic water energized and it's now blowing into your air, and it could very well be collecting the pollutants out of the air and neutralizing them, dropping them to the ground or collecting them in some form. But the frequencies are being put into the air. So now take that a step further and put that water in a neti pot or a nebulizer or in a vaporizer. And imagine how it might just be a next level of effectiveness for clearing up sinus issues and so many other things along that line. So when I mentioned before about us experimenting with this in all the different ways possible, again, another example of what is possible. So again, talking about athletes and active people, hydration being super important, one of the most important things, along with the recovery, fast recovery, so that your muscles and your everything is getting more oxygen, it's getting more fuel, getting more frequencies, so it's actually stronger. Everything is repairing and energized for more power all the way around. That also means that people are going to be less lethargic. They're going to wake up with less stress. They're going to be less tired, and they're going to be able to concentrate better because your body is 70+% water. Your brain is surrounded by water. When you have the frequencies, the energy, the biophotons, clean, structured, energized water surrounding your organs, flushing and cleaning your blood, and basically just doing everything in your body better, you are better. You'll have less injuries, less pain. The frequencies actually makes your bones and your muscles stronger. So even for the simple fact that you look at somebody who might slip and fall, and I know this is for a fact, somebody who might slip and fall, who is constantly drinking the water or is grounded and the frequencies are surging through their body, could literally stop themselves from falling, have less chance of breaking a bone or slipping something, because the frequencies are that powerful in order to strengthen the body's ability in so many different ways. The fact that you're going to sleep better, wake up better, everything that your body wants to do, that you want out of it in order to be better, is possible when you are drinking the structured energized water and using it in the many different ways. It's super simple to do. All you do is just take a glass with 12 ounces, up 12 ounces of water, turn your flashlight on, turn the app on, hold it over it for about 42 seconds while it does its thing. You want to infuse it a little bit more, run the app a second. We recommend up to 3 times on running the app, especially if you're looking for a good boost. It's going to be structured after the first, but the frequencies can be enhanced to be stronger by doing it up to 3 times. That's what we've found. So this thing is absolutely for everyone on account of the fact that the water is so important. All the different benefits, all the ways that water works inside the body to process all the different functions within the body, and the fact that it is in every single cell means that it matters, and it matters greatly. When you're drinking this water, it's going to be flushing inflammation out of your body. At the same time, it's benefiting you on so many different levels. So with inflammation comes pain. With pain is inflammation. So that is one of the major things that you can expect with this whole thing. I have found so many different things within my personal body that makes me feel like everything is really quite more sensitive for the touch. I feel like when I touch myself, I can feel things a lot more clearly. Certain issues that I was starting to have with trigger finger, your body locking up and literally going into a spasmic muscle spasm is best way I can call it, and hasn't happened since I've been drinking the water. And these are all things that everybody is going to have their ability to watch and track as they go along. The more and more you consume this water, the less and less your body is going to show you the issues that could be plaguing you or coming at you. And remembering the fact that our number one goal is prevention. Prevention is everything. If you've already got something, you want to reverse it. But if you don't have it, you should want to prevent it. I'll tell you right now, the doctors that we deal with, they're looking for absolutely anything to go at you. And why I will say this is because tomorrow I have an appointment with a specialist. They are looking because something in one of my blood tests showed up, some little speck of something. They don't have any clue whether it means anything or not. But I am on every 6 months going back to a specialist as they're looking for something along the line of a multiple myeloma inside my body. And so, my job obviously is to make sure that they never find anything. So consuming lots of water and making sure that I give my body the best ability in order to be strong and healthy is what I can do, taking care of myself the best I can so that they don't have to end up taking care of me is what I want. That's the way I want things to roll. So again, we've talked about the muscle testing and how you can know that this is having immediate effect on your body. It is absolutely an amazing thing, a wonderful thing. When I do the vortex on the floor with people where I spray 4 corners of a tile in order to create an energy vortex, stand people in it, show them how strong they are, step them out of it, show them how they are not strong. Back in, they're strong, out there, not strong. That's after I do that is when I spray them, because I know once I spray them, I'm not going to be able to show them anything. So knowing that they're weak and then spraying them with the the water and then having them be good. And I let them walk away, letting them know that after you've drank this water and you've been sprayed, that you're protected and that EMF has been neutralized for about the next 8 hours. So it's a lot of fun to demonstrate and show people the effects of the negative stuff with their phone and the positive stuff with our biophotonic water. This is all about taking the water that is now made by man because it's going through all these pipes, all these pumps, and it's going into your home. It's being attacked by EMF from the time that it leaves them, if it ever was in a mountain anywhere. So the bottom line is we've got this mess of a water crystal that goes into our body that comes out of our taps. And just looking at it, it should tell you that it does not look healthy. It looks like, put it this way, it looks evil, it looks bad. And when you look over here, you're looking something that looks innocent and pure. And this is the difference of what we're talking about. Which one would you want when you go to take a drink? Would you want this or would you want this? It's that simple. And believe it or not, these are actual photographs that were taken of water crystals. So that's the reality of what we're dealing with. The app changes, we're having a power failure. The app changes the molecular structure of the water crystals in order so that they form into those beautiful hexagonal shapes. And because your wine is mostly water, your alcohol has water, and your water, of course, is water. Your smoothie's got water in it. Your wine will be silkier, smoother, and it will take a 10 cheap, depending on where you live, it'll take a cheap bottle of wine and make it into a more delicious, softer, smoother, more expensive tasting bottle of wine. With your liquors and your spirits, it will actually smoothen it out and takes that bite away from it. And when it does this to all of these things, they all become more safe and more conducive to going into your body and having a negative effect. They won't have as much of a negative impact on your system after they have been structured and energized with the app. So that's a good thing on all levels. When we're looking at our food, we want to increase the nutritional intake we can get. So by eating your food with and drinking biophotonic water at the same time, you're going to increase the amount of nutrition you can get out of your food. Now, additionally, what we're doing is we spray the food with our sprayer, our biophotonic water in our little sprayer before we consume it. And the reason being is to add the biophotons and the frequencies directly to the food, neutralizing the EMF that is there because everything is going to pick up the EMF from the environment that it's in. And then now neutralized and now even better to go inside your body and do the things that we do. So we're going to do now the live transfer and the testing of me being able to send the frequencies from my camera, my phone, and my camera to your liquids on the other side. So grab yourself 2 glasses of water or 2 glasses of wine, all coming from the same source. Uh-oh, what is going on? All coming from the same source. And within about another 30 to 45 seconds, I will put the light on my camera, sending it to your screen, and you just hold your glass, 1 glass, up in front of the light so that we get it structured, and take the other one and keep it out of view from the light so that it is not impacted by it at all, so that you can do a little test to see how and if you notice a difference. So giving you another couple of seconds as I prep my phone. Almost ready when you are.
Oh, wait a minute.
So let me just set my camera here so that we can make sure I get this done properly. And blur my background. And that should do it just fine. Does my screensaver, because I'm on the screensaver, you can't see me, is that correct?
It's not, you can't see you, no.
Okay, just a second. Stop the share.
There you go.
Okay. All right, so you should all be ready. Here comes the app. Oh. And you have my voice. We're going to run it twice. Okay, and one more. Okay, so that should have given your liquid or your water a pretty good charge now. So go ahead and sample the one that we charged first. Feel it, feel the texture of the water when you put it into your mouth, roll it around on your tongue, smell it as it goes up, and just anything that you can just try to remember from the difference from what you know and what you taste here. And after you feel comfortable that you've got a good sampling of it, go ahead and reach for the other glass and test the water that is not structured and see how you find it. So while you're doing that, we have a question that says, have you had any testimonials about anyone using the app over our own body parts directly because of our body being 70+% water? The answer to that is in a simple yes. Because I'm in the wellness industry and I do have people who come to me, and a lot of the times people are coming to me for different pains and different things. I've used the app in the form of I take the structured energized water and I've sprayed somebody's knee with the water and then taken the app and used the app over top of the water on the knee at the same time in order to try to just get more energy, more going deeper into areas. But yes, you can use the app on your body, everything from aligning, you can run it from the top of your head to down your groin in order to help to align your chakras and clear that negative energy that's in there. There's so many different ways. The spraying, using the app directly, drinking the water, nothing is off limits when it comes to how you use it. The only thing that we're really have kind of ask people to stay away from is running the app into your eyes, anything like that. But otherwise, I, here's a good one. So I had a gentleman who he used to have a business in the mall where I'm at, but he came in and he was whining about issues that he has going on. And basically, I started to talk to him about the water. And when people start telling me, "Oh, I can't do nothing without talking to my doctor," basically at that point, I'm kicking you out. So, because I knew him, I didn't right away. So I kept wanting to show him about the water. I was trying to get him to drink a glass of the water because of whatever he was complaining about. The man took a sip of the water and acted like it was going to poison him. I literally took my spray bottle and I sprayed it in my mouth. I sprayed my face. I sprayed it in my eyes with my eyes open. And I literally turned around and I'm sorry, but I had to ask him to leave because it was such a challenge for me to try to interact with this individual who is standing there looking like death warmed over and not open enough to want to drink a glass of water. I'm sorry. There, your path is already paid for you. So my point being here is that it is such an incredible thing to have to deal with people on so many different levels. But when you've got something so powerful and you do it on a regular and you feel the results, you know the results, you know it's absolutely good for absolutely everyone, then but I've always been this way, whereas I get to a point where if you're going to make my job too hard, I'm sorry, we're going to have to part ways. But for me, I want to teach people who want to learn. I want people teach people who want to share. I want people who actually were open enough to understand that your life is yours and you need to be responsible for it. Do not give it away. All right. So as I'm rambling on, is anybody new who has a comment about what they tasted when they tested the structured water and before they tested the unstructured water? Um, did anybody do the test?
I did. It tasted a little sweeter.
Judy? I just
Judy, yeah. It
turned my
tasted a
speaker.
little sweeter to me, I would say,
Okay, very
and
good.
and softer.
Softer and sweeter. Those are the magic words. Yes, indeed.
And the other one, the untreated one was, I don't know how to, not bitter. It wasn't bitter, but it felt drying, I guess. Maybe that's what it was.
Yes. So yeah, you're right. Bottom line is that there's a difference. And
Yeah.
we don't know where your water comes from, so it's kind of hard for us to actually comment on what it was prior. But the bottom line is no matter where it comes from, we always end up with the same results after, unless somebody lives somewhere. And nah, it always works on water. But what I did find out, we did a little test. I had a show a couple of weeks ago, and there's one thing that I definitely know now is that anytime I'm going to another show, I'm not going to leave the water in the car overnight, especially when we live in temperatures that go, well into the double digits below zero. So what that did was the water was so cold throughout the day that it was hard to tell the actual difference. You could tell, but it was a lot harder to tell the difference when compared to when it's at room temperature or when it's warm. So that created a minor bit of a challenge with people not being able to pick up on it as quickly because of the coldness of the water. So go ahead, Judy.
Oh, no, I had nothing else. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Just in case anybody else has anything, feel free. Okay, so let me go back to the share and see if I can. All right. Okay, so the test works because we are live and I'm able to send the technology directly to you live. It does not work if we try to do it from a recording or anything like that. Not like this, that's for sure. So again, it's the disturbing resonances that are all around us. Um, does anybody know what geopathic stress is?
Nope.
Okay, so the dowsing was used years ago to find water underground, right? That makes sense. They used those rods to find water. Um, Geopathic stress is the energy that comes from the earth down below. And what happens is that that energy comes up and it finds cracks within the earth in order to come through. So if you have a home, let's say, and I have that perfect example here, there is a specific area in the back here where no matter what you do, no matter what you plant there, it always dies. And that is the bad energy that's coming up, the geopathic stress coming from the earth. And it will find the places in your home that if you have this coming into your home, it becomes actually quite dangerous in the fact that it has been proven that the people who have serious cancers and stuff like that, you might find a like actually geopathic stress lines crossing underneath their bed, as an example. So where there's geopathic stress is not a place where you want to spend a lot of your time. So they've even proven that, as an example, if you've got a cat and your cat has a certain area that he will not lie in, even if you put his bed there and everything, that cat will not lie in that area. That's probably geopathic stress that that cat's feeling, and he knows it's unsafe to be there. So you can have your home protected from the geopathic stress, or especially around your bed, when you do the vortex around your bed. That's the type of positive energy that can neutralize things like geopathic stress around your bed, etc. So these are things, if you don't know about some of these things, it's a good opportunity to learn about them. Google it, geopathic stress, and see what it is and understand that it's also a negative energy, bad frequencies that are coming through that are harmful. And again, the more protection we have, the better off we are. The disharmonies in the world, Tesla knew about them, and he basically said, if we as human beings can manage and maintain the energy frequencies within our bodies to the levels that they were supposed to be, we would have a better mankind, in essence, is the way it was. That's my words of what he said. If we're all tuned up, we're going to be better. Your car's tuned up, you're going to be better. Everything that's running in the harmony of how they were designed is going to run better. Just like what we do when we're tuning something, the resonance can absolutely create a ripple effect that can affect positively across a lot of space in reality. Because I've dealt with things where frequencies have been transferred from the other side of the world. Let me explain that some of these things are so absolutely almost unbelievable to see some of these things happen that When you do see it and you understand the power and the potential for things to do this, the video that I'm rendering tonight, it's rendering now, that will be available to people tomorrow, is going to touch on some of the depths of what can be done with frequencies. You should find it very interesting, very scientific. It will explain a lot about what we're dealing with and why. So again, the resonance and frequencies and making sure that everything is functioning properly is all interconnected. When we're being bombarded by the frequencies and the negative energies, they're creating almost a magnetic effect, even inside our bodies, to our blood cells that lets them look like they've turned into a snake and all clumped together and are not free to think and do what they're supposed to do because they've been manipulated by the EMF in your body. But when you drink the water, spray the water, protected from the EMF, this is what your blood looks like. Every cell can be depicted, no matter how involved it is with other cells. You can clearly see the cells are themselves. They're on their own and able to do what they do. When it comes to the amount of oxygen, H3O2 means an increase in hydrogen, an increase in oxygen. So, and the more oxygen you have in your body, the healthier you will be. It's that easy. Diseases cannot thrive in an oxygen-rich environment. Again, blood pressure and stimulation of the blood pressure, your energies, the water free flowing in your body, everything working together in harmony has the potential to clear out your digestive systems, have things functioning so much better, in turn, reaping rewards in the form of much better blood pressure management in a natural form. The water does see positive changes. It's amazing that when you're even sitting with people who have no knowledge of what you're doing and you're structuring the water, you've just finished structuring the water, they can actually look at the water and see the change. Everything from potentially more bubbles showing to the difference in the meniscus on the top of the water. But people are noticing the differences in the water. When it comes to your body, we mentioned about drinking the water, spraying the water, and neutralizing the EMF. Well, whoa, whoa, whoa. Not only does it neutralize the EMF, but while doing so, it's aligning your energy, it's aligning your chakras, it's removing the distortion and the disruption between them and allowing things to take their balance within your system. So things on many, many levels are improved. Your skin is going to be improved because of the hydration going on from the inside, actually showing on the outside. And then at the same time, if you're spraying on the outside and hydrating from the outside, you're even going to get more perks. Using this on your lotions and creams by putting it on a tray that has been energized, will put that energy into your makeup and stuff so that when you put it on your face, it's going to be healthier for your skin. Spraying the water on your face and watching lines disappear in front of your eyes because of the absorption of the water and allowing wrinkles to become finer, smaller. And these are all things that people can see and test for themselves. Your dog, your cat, your animals, they'd never lie to you. So when your cat only wants, or your dog only wants the energized, structured water because he knows he feels better, he feels less pain, listen to him, give him, and you should listen too. Pay attention. The animals never, ever lie about what they feel. And it's the same thing with the plants. The plants, they can't lie to you either. It either is or it isn't. So with this science, you can test it. I bought my wife some flowers for Christmas, and I swear to you, those flowers were here for, oh, let's see, about 6 weeks. And even at the end of the 6 weeks, I didn't feel like I needed to throw them out. They weren't as alive, but for some reason, they didn't dry up, and all the color and the falling off the leaves and everything wasn't happening like it normally would. So even your cut flowers are going to have longer lives with biophotonic water. Again, so many areas to touch on. Traveling, spraying yourself, drinking the water for motion sickness, air, what is that one when you've got jet lag, coming down where you are and not being as jet lagged from the fact that your body is much more tuned up, ready to rock and roll. Again, all the things that this can be used on. And by doing this, one of the big things that we're doing is we're eliminating these plastic bottles out of the environment. Imagine if anybody who is buying this water can now just take the water out of their tap if they're so inclined to make it healthier and not have to buy plastic bottles that are simply just not healthy for you. BPA and the microplastics, all the negativity that's attached to this. And then, of course, what it's doing to our environment is absolutely terrible, because this has to be one of the worst polluters in our world today. So there are many uses for the app, as we said, on your body, on your water, your coffee, your wine, your juice, your smoothies, your dog, and of course, all our accessory pieces. So simply put, our biophoton water builds better humans. It's that simple. So with that said, I will now move on to the other part of my little spiel here today, because I do believe that besides understanding all of that, another important part is understanding what's happening inside your body when you're doing this. The consistent use of the biophotonic water is cleaning toxins from your bloodstream. It's giving you a deeper cleanse, and it's giving you faster elimination, which all leads to better health. It's neutralizing and protecting from the EMF. It's giving you deeper protection because of what it's doing. You can utilize it on your phone. Just using the app on your phone is neutralizing the EMF coming off your phone by turning it from an attacking spike wave to a more neutral sine wave, which is what happens inside your body. So that means that you can feel more comfortable utilizing your cell phone on a regular basis, because the harmful spike wave has been neutralized and you can feel safer all the way around. So that's one big plus. And in some ways, you can almost feel that the cost of the app, just for that alone, would be well worth it. Never mind everything else that the app does additionally. So by taking all the EMF from your body, that means that everything inside your body is going to work better. So you're going to have, faster recovery. Drinking this water is going to help the processes within your body in every single which way. Again, everything leads to better well-being because everything is working so much better. Removing the chemicals and the contaminants from the water before you consume it, flushing them out of your body by encapsulating them within the structures of the water and then flushing them out of your body. So you're getting much deeper detoxification and much deeper flushing. So for me, I have been enhancing my detoxification with diatomaceous earth. And prior, I was always doing that for probably about 10 years. But now you can actually feel the total difference with the diatomaceous earth in the water, how it's, because the water is so smooth, it's literally taken the diatomaceous earth and taken the gritty chalkiness out of it, and it becomes smooth, but it's still doing the same job because as it's going in, it's scrubbing and cleaning at the same time, and then it's mixing with all the things and wiping out all the parasites and toxins additionally. So I like to keep my intestines and my digestive system well managed and clean, detoxed, faster flushing with this, and bowel movements, and we've got to talk about this is health. The bowel movements and everything becomes easier, and you get your system moving much better, and everything is leading additionally to better health all the way around. The less time the food stays in your body after consumption, the better off you are in every single way. Removing the oxidative stress because of how you're getting the cellular cleaning and the cellular repair going on, all helping you to be better, deeper cleaning, and just overall, again, everything leading to better health. You're rejuvenated, much stronger. Your body is a machine. When you oil it and you take care of it, it's going to take better care of you. Longevity should be a big concern for every single person. And that's why when we look at where we're going and wanting to be able to teach the young people, because there's so many young people that are getting sick these days because the environment around us is so bad. We need everybody to be understanding the importance and the simplicity of how the biophotonic water works within the body and how it can extend your life, work to do all the preventative maintenance that you need, and then take some nutrition along the way, and you will find life is amazing. Life is wonderful and very much worth living, because I do believe there's some people out there in so much pain and discomfort, and they don't have the answers. But if they did, they would find that life is very much worth living, and living it long and healthy. And that's our goal, is to teach people, show people that it is possible to do it. And not only that, when we look at what this is and how simple it is, the cost of this for the benefits that it brings, it is next to zero. Because in reality, if we're talking in American dollars, we're talking about 50 cents a day. If we're talking in Canadian dollars, we're talking about 75 cents a day. So in reality, that's the cost of health these days. Now, removing and fighting the inflammation we've talked about. So deeper relief from the inflammation, which causes the pain, and faster reduction in the inflammation because of how it's interacting and neutralizing and enhancing cellular activity all the way around. And also leading with pain, comes restrictions and lack of mobility. So all of a sudden, you're going to find that you're going to have less pain and you're going to have better mobility. And the more you start to use it, the better it will get. So as I was dealing with frequencies for the last 20 years, I had lots of people who had come to me, and when they did, I had people who came to me the way I was, where I was bent over, hunched over, couldn't straighten up because of the damage that was done to my body from injuries. I had people who had, they were overweight and they couldn't do anything in order to benefit themselves because of the pain in their body. So the weight was packed on. So when you give them something that takes away that pain, and then they're able to move, all of a sudden that changes the dynamics of where they are in their life, and they now have some power in order to make additional adjustments, whether it's simply just going for walks, whatever it is they choose, that can enhance the journey that they've now been given a second chance at. And in essence, here, we're giving people the chance of a lifetime in order to learn about this, start using it, reap the benefits, live a longer, healthier life with more mobility and just more joy. That's the next thing that we will touch on here, is that when we're dealing with frequencies, we can talk about the fact that it can affect your emotion, your mood, and your vitality. Everything that is about you can be affected. If we take away your pain, I can improve your mood. If I take away EMF, I can improve your views, the way you think. And if your way you think changes from being so negative to a little bit more positive every single day, you're on a better path all the way around. Our organs are very important, and I can hardly imagine how some of them are with some of the things that we might do to them. But with this water, we're now going to have our organs being much better taken care of with deeper penetration in order to flush them, energize them, make it so that they're functioning much better. They're regenerating faster. Everything is working better. The functional aspect of the organs are working better. Your heart is going to work better with H3O2, water around it and in it. Your blood is going to be better. So everything is going to be better. And I think that by going through these benefits this way, this is where we really get the rubber to hit the road in understanding how far-reaching this water actually can go when it comes to, I keep using wanting to come to being the life source for your cells and for the activity that goes on inside your body. It's dynamic and it needs to be fueled properly to function properly. So the communication between your cells is enhanced drastically with the energy that's in the water. And again, always, I like to tell people not to be scared of salt, because salt is a majorly important factor in our system. So when I'm doing my biophotonic water, especially in the morning, I'm doing about 1 liter of water, and I do about 2 pinches of salt in that water. And I energize that water, drink that hot in the morning, and I get my body going, and know that the conductivity inside the body is improved because the salt and the water improves the conductivity of the energy and electricity within the body. So it's going to allow deeper connections, faster responses, and overall better performance all the way around for everything that's going on. You're going to pump up your physical power because the frequencies makes your body stronger. Your muscles are stronger. Your bone density is increased. We can literally prove that just by doing exercises that will show you that you can burn out your body in 1 minute, spray yourself or drink some water, and have more energy to go again immediately after, because you've now taken out something that was slowing you down. So you can do this with anybody, and they'll find out that when you remove the EMF out of the body's instantly stronger. And when you drink the water, it's going to enhance the muscle and everything, the functionality of everything, and you're going to be stronger, simply put. So you're going to have deeper strength, better hydration, faster recovery, and you're going to be a better athlete all the way around. If that's what you're into, you're going to be better, you're going to be stronger, you're going to be faster, and you're not likely to hurt yourself quite as easily moving forward. We touched on the brain, the mental clarity that you will enjoy, because your brain is 75% water, surrounded by water. And when you put the quality water in, it's going to neutralize that EMF out of there and allow the brain to function with less restrictions. An amazing thing to happen, which is going to in turn allow for faster thinking, better moods, as we said, and the ability to, hopefully, we would love to get people having the ability to do more critical thinking, think more clearly and understanding, being able to sort through the BS, as they would say, and just be better human beings, because you don't need to be as angry. You don't need to be as miserable in the different ways that people are. So all of these things, they all add up in order to make a difference to us on a day-to-day basis. Number one, again, of course, is the digestive system and what this water means to it. It means that the nutrients that you're taking in are going to be more accessible, more absorbable through your system. You're going to get faster transit of everything, delivering the goods, as we were saying yesterday. And you're going to have better gut health. And you're going to be able to manage that gut health much more easily with this water flowing through your system. So additionally, with the better gut health, it means that you're going to boost your immune system. There's going to be less things fighting you along the way. You're going to have a much deeper defense towards the things that are attacking you. You're going to have a faster response to the things that might try to attack you. And you're going to have better resilience for the things that are going on. It's like this. So my wife does PSW, so she's in and out of a nursing home every single day, and she does, she's on her way to being a pharmacist. But the thing of the matter is that no matter what sniffles she comes home with or whatever, or who she's in contact with, and even myself being out in the public on a day-to-day basis, I never seem to get the sniffles or the things that are attacking people on a regular. But I don't know, is it just me? Because I actually did go all the way through 5 years of that other thing, and I don't even think I got a sniffle through that either. But it's what we do that matters, is what I'm trying to say. So we want to stay healthy. We want to be have the protection from the things that might be wanting to attack us. We got to do the right things. We got to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. We got to understand how to take care of ourselves. And some of the things that we really want people to do now is, how can you avoid trips to your doctor that aren't required? And how can your trips be to the doctor just so that you can get a checkup, so he can tell you how wonderful you're doing? rather than looking for the things that a lot of people go looking for the things that are wrong with them on a constant. What happens if you had a mindset that said, you know, I'm wonderful, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I feel great, and your mind is a management of your body. So if you can get your mind thinking that your body is wonderful, your body will be wonderful, will be more wonderful. So it's important that we do these things and understand the benefits so that we can have our mind tuned up as well. Because if you think you're sick, chances are you're going to be sick. But if you think you're healthy, chances are you're going to be healthier. So again, we spoke about the skin and deeper rejuvenation of your cells on your skin, faster healing, and just an overall better glow of who you are as a human being. Of course, we talked about the better sleep, creating a vortex around your bed, and just basically getting the rest you need and waking up refreshed every day, ready to tackle the world. Your vibrational harmony, your chakras, your aura, and all the energy that resides within you be in balance, and you're ready to tackle life as a whole. So with that said, we open the call now to take any questions from anyone about anything in regards to the biophotonic charger, biophotonic water, and everything that it can do for us, our pets, our plants, our life as a whole. If there's any questions, feel free.
Mike, it's Judy.
Yes, Judy.
I just have the one question. I take water to work every day, and I have like a stainless steel container.
Huh?
Can I do the application into that container, or because you always talk about doing it over glass, so I'm never sure whether.
Okay, so this is what I would recommend for you then, Judy. I would suggest that you structure your water before you, in your glass, before you put it into your container.
Okay.
And when you're at work and you're going to drink it, let's say it's an hour, a couple hours, I don't know what your thing is, but I'll just add this to it, is that I would say that you could take your app and put it over your container with your flashlight shining into the water in that container without any issues, just to give it a little boost when you're going to drink it.
Okay. And you also mentioned at the beginning about, was it 12 ounces?
Yes.
And so I like to do things in bulk. So is it if I put it over a big glass pitcher of water, is that
No,
not doing?
it's not going to do what you want it to do. You would be better off to take 12 ounces, structure it, put it into the picture, take 12 ounces of the regular water, put it into the picture. And if you needed more, do another 12 ounces and put it in and add another 12 ounces of regular water. What you can do is you can take one part of structured water and add it to one part of regular water, and you can structure all the water. I would run the app over all of it again in order just to enhance the biophotons and the frequency additionally.
Okay.
There
I
is,
guess,
we will, I will talk in the next couple of weeks more about how we're going to do larger volumes of water so that you'll have the tools that you need in order, you'll have access to the tools that can make life easier for you.
okay. Oh, and another question is, so I make a pot of coffee in the morning. Should I just make the coffee and then do the app over my made coffee in that?
Yeah, what do you use to do? Is it through like a percolator type, like
A
a
drip.
drip
Yeah.
copper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what I do, here's a good one for you, okay? And actually, you can do this with your, that's a glass container you're talking about, the one you were talking about?
Yep, correct.
Okay, all right. So watch this, dear. Take your spray bottle that's energized and
Yeah,
spray all around your glass, that big glass container,
yeah.
and then add your water to that container after you've sprayed it all the way around. Because when you spray it all around with your structured energized water, you're going to create a vortex within the container.
Okay.
So now you can add, like, say, a liter to that container, and it's all going to be structured. And
Oh,
same thing with your coffee. Now, the issue with your coffee is you probably don't have a glass cup, do you?
the ceramic, yeah.
Okay. You can try it with the ceramic to see what happens, but um, I went and bought dollar store glass cups and I
Yeah.
spray the outside of the cup and then I put it under the coffee maker and then start the coffee maker. So when the coffee is dripping into the cup, it's getting structured at that time, and that works really well.
Hmm.
The
So
spray
pour,
bottle is,
so do the container, put water in the container, and then pour the water into the coffee maker.
yes,
That's okay. Okay.
yes, yes. Yeah, that's what I do. I have the same sort of a thing. I think it's a 2 liter container. So
Okay.
I spray the whole thing with my spray bottle, add the water in it, then dump it into the coffee maker. I spray my cup and then put it under the coffee maker to drip into my cup. So it actually gets double structured.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to use it more, but use it the way I do things. So,
Well, let me
uh,
tell you, Judy, the one thing I will say is this, that once you start using the spray bottle, you'll find your life a whole lot easier.
yeah, that's what I noticed. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay. All right. Thanks. I appreciate that.
you're welcome. Okay, anybody else? Question, comments, testimonials, looking for any and all? Okay, wonderful. So into I think I'm going to put it out to everybody tomorrow once this video has been completed, and it will be on the website, but I'm going to send it out for everybody tomorrow, and it should go out in the morning. Let's call it by noon, and everybody, it's going to be about 48 minutes long. And I would like to hear everybody's comment on this after they've watched it because it should be very informative. And this is going to be the first version. There might be a second version as I think of ways to enhance it. But I think it's going to be one of our main pieces of information going forward that's going to tell pretty much the whole story, as they say. So with that said, folks, it's been always a pleasure. So look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mike.
All right, you're welcome all.
Mike, one
Yes.
question.
Yes, Rusty.
When is there going to be a video presentation from Ian Lyons?
Ian has been very busy over the last little while. He's just back into our communications, and we'll sort that out over the next. He's got a lot on his plate right now, but I will let you know when that's happening. I don't expect it to be more than the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, everyone, thank you, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
You.